Welcome to the Sunday Reach by the Dominicans. My dear brothers and sisters, as I was reflecting on the Ascension of Jesus, I thought of the disciples and their condition. When Jesus was crucified and he died, the condition of the disciples was absolute and total chaos, confusion, disappointment, depression. It is only when Jesus rose to life once again and Jesus met the disciples in various events, the joy was restored and the disciples regained their life once again. But then Jesus was ascending to heaven. So what was the thought that was going through the disciples? Was it another episode of disappointment and confusion? Probably yes, some sadness. And this time Jesus goes right in front of their eyes. So now what? Probably these were the thoughts that were there in the minds of the disciples. But the Holy Spirit that came after the Ascension, the Holy Spirit restored the life of the disciples. The Holy Spirit strengthened them, motivated them, inspired them, and made them to be courageous and proclaim the good news to the whole world. Yes, my dear brothers and sisters, so that's how the disciples regained back their life, and there was never turning back. And so as long as they lived their life, it was always life of the Holy Spirit and proclaiming Christ all over the world. As we celebrate the Ascension of the Lord, what is the message that we can take home today? First, Jesus came from heaven to earth with a mission. And what was the mission? The mission was to redeem us. So through his death and resurrection, Jesus redeemed us and reconciled us back to God. He made us once again the children of God. And once this mission was over, he ascends into heaven. From earth, he goes back to heaven with another mission. And what is the mission now? To prepare a place for us in heaven. And Jesus has already prepared a place for us in heaven. And as he was going, especially in the Gospel of John, he reminds us again and again that he will not leave us as orphans, and he will send his Holy Spirit. So my dear brothers and sisters, Jesus goes from earth to heaven with another mission. Mission is to prepare a place for us there, and he has arranged a place for us to be with him forever in eternity. Now it is our turn to claim that place in heaven. We need to be there where Jesus is with the Father and the Holy Spirit. And so we are called to live a life of holiness through which we will reach to heaven and we will reign with Christ forever. And this is now our mission as we await our ascension into heaven. My dear brothers and sisters, recently I had a communication with one of my friends, and as we were conversing, he shared his deepest thoughts with me. He said he lives his life every day as if he is going to die tomorrow. And since he is going to die tomorrow, he wants to live today a good life without hurting anyone, without causing pain to anyone, without troubling anyone. But he wants to make everybody around him happy because he thinks he's going to die tomorrow. And this is how he had been living. My dear brothers and sisters, it's a beautiful thought. We live here for what? We live here to go to heaven one day. Yes, Jesus has already made place for us in heaven, but we have to claim it for us. Jesus has already given us His Holy Spirit, and as long as we live our life in the Spirit, that is inspired by the Holy Spirit, and living our life in the Holy Spirit, yes, we will be able to sanctify ourselves, we will be able to make ourselves holy and pure, and that's how we will be able to reach heaven. And this is our mission as we await our day to go up in heaven. And therefore, as we live every day here, we live and do good to others. Let us make others happy, not hurt, not causing pain, but by making others happy, we become holy. And that is the life of the Holy Spirit. And that's how we will be ascending into heaven. Where Christ is, we will be with Him forever. And remember, as I conclude, Jesus went back to heaven from earth to heaven. He has promised us that He will come again at the end. And so, we just don't forget the coming of the Lord. So, my dear brothers and sisters, as we celebrate the great ascension of Jesus, let us focus our eyes on the things that are above in heaven and prepare ourselves here on earth.